Hi there, I'm Colby Pearce. You may know me as the author of a short introduction to attachment and attachment disorder and a short introduction to promoting resilience in children. I'm also a clinical psychologist, practicing clinical psychologist, and author and principal trainer for a couple of therapeutic parenting programs, the CARE therapeutic framework and the AAA model of therapeutic care. Why I'm making this video today is just to talk a little bit about the work that I do in providing a psychology service to children and young people as a clinical psychologist. I guess in these troubled times, what I really wanted to say is that necessity is the mother of invention, I guess, and I was concerned that children, and particularly young children, may be in some way disadvantaged by current social distancing practices, and the concern that all people have, including health professionals, about being able to practice in the current circumstances with the COVID-19 virus. I guess I, like probably many other practitioners, thought about some of the practical difficulties that exist or that we anticipated to exist in continuing to provide a psychology service to children and young people. I guess where I've landed on this, and this is why I'm making this video today, is really to let people know, particularly people out there who have children who have been receiving a psychology service or may need one through this time of social distancing, that it is possible to provide really good quality psychology service provision via means other than direct face-to-face or in-person therapeutic contact. In my own practice, I've switched over to using the telephone in some instances, but largely I've switched over to using Zoom. And Zoom is a video conferencing platform that I have been using for some time, and I actually find it very useful and not particularly limiting at all to provide a psychological service to children and young people. And in actual fact, what I'm finding is that this is their medium. You know, as a person of a different generation, video conferencing is not really my, I guess, primary medium for maintaining connection and interacting with other people. But with young people, this is their medium. They're quite comfortable with this. It may take us a little bit of time to be comfortable with it, but I'm finding that they are. And even young children are engaging quite well. And by young children, I'm talking about junior primary age and up, so 5 or 6 and up, are engaging really well in psychological service provision via this medium. I think it really helps to know your craft very well and to have resources that you can use when you're interacting with the children. I find that it is particularly helpful to be very animated, to be very lively and engaging and entertaining, as you would be in in-person therapeutic contact. But I think it's particularly important to be very upbeat and animated and interesting and engaging in your work with the children. As I said, I still make use of other resources that I have. I run, and I'm just going to show you, I run 2 cameras. So when I'm really wanting to engage directly with the child, particularly face-to-face interaction, I'm using the camera that is in my computer. But from time to time, I will step away to engage with them from a desk that I have behind me, and I'll show you in a moment. So there you go. So I have a desk here, and I have a globe. But basically, when I'm when I'm sitting at this desk, I'm able to do some activities with the children and and have them sharing those activities with me from the desk. They get a better view, obviously, of what I'm doing with my hands, particularly if I'm using cards, like, for example, streets cards, which I do also use with the close-up camera as well. But I can play with the children from the desk here, and I can basically do other therapeutic activities that I like to do from the desk. And in many respects, when I'm sitting back here for the children, as I'll show you, it just looks to them like normal, like they're sitting opposite me at the other side of the table. The other thing that I do, and I'm just going to switch you back to the other camera. There we go. So the other thing that I do is I make use of the Zoom share screen facility. And I just pop that on for you. This will allow me to do things like, I'll share with you, play the memory game with children and young people, which is a really popular game, I find, with those junior primary school age children, and it just helps with getting them engaged in the therapeutic process in the consultation, to have some of the games that they're familiar with doing with you in person, that you can actually play these games with them via this medium. I'll also show you, so that was a memory game. I've also got a Connect 4 game that I can play with the children. And even if I wanted to show them, and this is probably more with the teens and older, sometimes we'll look at some things that are relevant to our work on YouTube, and I can share the screen, and we can look at some things on YouTube where that is part of the process that we go through of engaging and keeping engaging and maintaining rapport, and showing and sharing interest in things that are of interest to young people using that medium. So there you have it, folks. I just really wanted to do this video to make the point that, as I'm sure I'm not the only person who is doing this, but just to really reassure people that it is possible to continue to provide high quality, fun, engaging, interactive psychotherapy with children and young people in this time of social distancing. I'm going to pop this up on YouTube. If you had some direct experience of what I'm talking about, and you've got some videos or other interesting things you'd like people to know about and like to share with people in terms of providing a psychology service in an online medium, I'd be really happy to hear about them and for you to share them via the comments below the video. If you want to find out more about my work, and particularly if you wanted to access some of my resources, including free resources and my books, I would encourage you to go to Secure Start, visit the Secure Start site. I also have another site, colbypearce.net. You can purchase my books at either of those sites. I've also released, and you may be interested to see it, this resource for parenting children and young people during these difficult times. That is available via my sites for download. And it really, as you'll see, it combines a little bit of information, verbal information, written information, sorry. We know people probably don't want to read tomes at this time, and then some accompanying infographics that go with them that are printable, and they're simple, show some simple and practical and doable ideas to be implementing in the home with children and young people, just to keep things on track during these difficult times. So I hope that was of some interest to you, and do get in contact with me if you would like to have a further conversation about how to provide continue to provide a psychology service to children and young people via an online medium. And as I said, please also leave comments below if you've got some ideas that are likely to be of interest, not only to me, but whoever else has a look at this video. At this time, I think it's really important that we all kind of pitch in together and share together for the sake of children and young people who may well be doing it a little bit tougher than usual during these extraordinary times. So thanks for taking the time to watch, and I hope you're all staying well and that you keep well, and I look forward to making some new connections with some of you over the next little while. Okay, bye for now.